What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Heat and Soul Podcast. Today, I'm here with a very familiar face, Leo. How are you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic. How are you, Miss Clinton?
I'm great, bro. Leo was he's still a part of the podcast. I talk to him about every week, maybe twice a week. We haven't been face to face since what, August?
August, I think. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, he took his
Kind of crazy.
talents. Instead of taking him to South Beach, he took him to Tampa. So we got half a LeBron right here, man.
Somebody already took off over South Beach, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go that route.
Create your own wave.
Exactly. Yeah.
TB12, he's going down in there with a tire.
My announcement was coming.
Yeah, it's coming soon, man. But no, make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, subscribe down low, follow us on all social medias at Heat and Soul Podcast, and then make sure Leo has a podcast of his own, Peace Movement. And if you want to talk to them a little bit about your podcast, go ahead, let them know what it is.
Yeah, first of all, like you said, take a second, pause, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, say hi, all that good stuff. You're watching here for a reason, so go ahead and hit that. Give them some support. But yeah, my podcast, it's really just based off my nonprofit. So there's a lot of things I've done over my nonprofit, almost like 10 years now. So just wanted to be able to kind of extend that to more people elsewhere. We've done a lot of things in Indiana, spread it to Northern Indiana, went to Indianapolis. At one point had like a chapter in Hawaii. I was young. Yeah, I know it's a weird story, but some dude in Hawaii was following everything that we were doing heavily. It's like, hey, I want to get this going to Hawaii. I'm like, yeah, me too. But
yeah,
I don't know how it's gonna work.
Definitely.
And then we kind of like set something up and I had to shut it down. Just was too young and didn't know exactly what I was doing at the time. But yeah, so moving it down to Tampa now, trying to get Tom Brady on board. So Tom Brady, if you're listening to this,
yeah, definitely. I mean, if TB12's listening, the greatest quarterback of all time, it'd be nice to have him on both podcasts.
Yeah, so it's all about getting your mind right, excelling in your career and making more money. So that's what the Peace Podcast. Look for us pretty much everywhere. Peace Podcast, Leonard's Lens. You'll be able to find it somehow.
Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, every good social media platform. Facebook for the old heads. No, I'm playing. No, but today we're actually gonna be talking about NBA playoff basketball, man. And the playoffs have looked really interesting lately. Draymond got ejected last night. Which typical Draymond fashion always happens.
I was gonna say it's like part of his job. It's probably in his contract by this point.
I know, right? And like Kerr never does anything about it, which is the interesting. I mean, like the last time, anytime he gets ejected in the playoffs, they always lose that series, which I don't think. I mean, if you go back, 2016, 2015, 2016 finals? What, he ejected, doesn't play. They're up 3-1, doesn't play game 5, and they ended up losing.
Yeah. But some would say that like there was one player involved in that series that maybe was unstoppable.
LeBron
that's what some people would suggest.
I'm
not suggesting.
That's what Kenny would say. I mean,
Kenny would say it.
Kenny would ride LeBron's stuff hard.
I think there was actually like a stat though, and we'll have to fact check this, but I think there was a stat that said that he led in like 5 different categories for the series.
Yeah, that is true. Points, assists, rebounds, blocks, and steals, or
for the series.
Yes,
not for a game.
No, for the series. Yeah, that is true.
That is insane.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Speaking of the Lakers, and we'll get back to the Warriors and Kings. They just played last night. It was a great game. Malik Monk had, I can't exactly remember off the bench, but he's playing phenomenal off the bench. De'Aaron Fox had a great game last night. Domas, I don't know the foul calls. I wasn't too sure about Looney's fouls, man, but I mean, overall, it was I loved. I mean, it's just good playoff basketball to watch, man, and that's what you gotta have entertaining basketball. But the fouls, I wasn't too sure on, with Looney getting 5 fouls early in the third. I mean, I don't know, man. Some of the soft calls that happen, I don't know. It's playoff basketball, man. The refs call what they want to call. I don't know.
They were calling them early too.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the thing, is like they were calling everything early. I was like, dang, man, like I get that you want to be consistent, but come on, like let it ride a little bit. Be consistent, let it ride a little bit.
I agree with you, man. You can't call everything so early, because the people still want to watch, and it still wants to be. You still got to have it entertaining for the fans at the same time. Exactly. But the refs can be inconsistent sometimes. But not everybody's going to be perfect. But at the same time, I mean, let them play a little bit. I think they did, but I think there were foul calls called last night that shouldn't have been called. And then there were other foul calls they got away with last night. Like,
do you think that,
go ahead.
You think that Draymond did his thing on purpose? Was that a Draymond move?
I don't know, man. Draymond's weird. I love Draymond. Listen, his podcast, I love listening to his podcast. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there was an episode. Did he come out and talk about it this morning?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I don't know. I don't know if he came out and talked about it this morning or not, but it would definitely be interesting to see what he said.
Yeah.
I think he said something on the interview after the game.
Okay.
I don't quite remember. I mean, it was like basketball is basketball. I don't know, man. He's just so not inconsistent, but anytime in the playoffs, I mean, I don't know. Kerr lets him get away with it, and Draymond's going to keep being Draymond. Draymond is going to keep being Draymond.
Here's my thing in life is that, like, we all have roles to play.
Yep.
And I think that we have all accepted that Draymond's role to play is like momentum.
Yes.
Keep the momentum on our side. No matter what you're doing, like, all right, we're going to let Draymond be Draymond because he is going to push the momentum for our team. He's going to make sure that we're excited. We have that fight, that motivation, all that good stuff. So I think we got roles to play, and Draymond knows his role. I don't think that it should be as sustainable as it is being an NBA player.
I know. But he is the motor to that team.
He is.
He keeps him rolling. He has prolonged his NBA career. I mean, it's crazy, man. But he's a great defensive player. I mean, he's a key. I mean, he's turned it more into a role player now, but he's a superstar role player. You know, he's not superstar, but he's a very important piece to their team.
Yeah. Who do you think? I have a question. Who do you think? Let's go. I always like to do this at the beginning of the year. Who would you have picked to win the playoffs? And then who do you think now that you've seen a whole year play out?
Man, I said Golden State was going back at the beginning of the year. And I mean, even though they're down 2-0 right now, I think they have so much playoff experience. I think the Warriors could go back to back this year. I think
it's hard to bet against them.
It is. They have so much experience. Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. Second, Klay Thompson really doesn't look like himself right now. I don't know if he'll ever get back to that form that he was in for those, like, three straight. I mean, he had three major surgeries, which that'll completely change a player's career. But he has gotten back to a point to where no other player. I mean, it'd be very difficult if I had 3 surgeries. I'm not getting back to the same player that I was. You know, it's just not going to happen. So he's not the same player, but he's a different form of himself. So I think Klay. I think Klay's an important piece, and Wiggins and Gary Payton, perimeter defense, interior defense. Looney's playing a great role, but I really think the Warriors could go back to back this year, even though they're down 2-0. They got to win. They got to win. They're 2 at home. They got to take. I mean, it's been proven they haven't been a great road team all year.
Yeah,
they haven't been a great road team all year. But what have they won? 7 on the road? Was it 13? 7, 8 on the road? Man, I don't know. They got to go back to Golden. They got to go back home, win 2.
They have to win
back to Sac.
Which they'll most likely win at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. I just saw something. The Kings were wearing their black jerseys at home, and the Warriors, and it was all white out, and so it looked like the Warriors were playing at home. It was funny though.
Trying to send a message.
Yeah, for sure. No, but the Warriors, and then in the East. I mean, who's gonna bet against Boston right now, man? Who is gonna bet against Boston right now?
I did like a week ago. I'm sure you can guess who it was. It was the Bucks.
Dude, but Giannis, what's gonna happen with Giannis?
Yeah, I don't know, but that was gonna be my team.
Has there been any updates?
I know he was out all last game, but I don't know if
I don't think there's been
status now.
Yeah, I don't think there's been.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Hero broke his hand and he hit that 3. I mean, I think Miami, if the Heat win tonight, they're taking the series.
Okay.
And I don't think if Giannis comes back tonight, yes, the Bucks will beat the Heat. It's just going to happen. Giannis is too dominant, and the Heat, if they keep their shooting up, they will win the series.
Yep, 100%.
Because the Heat haven't shot like that at all. I mean, they're not 100%. A great 3-point shooting team. I mean, it's proven if you look at the statistics. So if the Heat continue the shooting that they put on in game 1, They will win the series.
Yeah.
Now, if Giannis comes back, I don't know. I think they'd have a better shot. But if Giannis doesn't come back and they keep the shooting up, they will win the series.
I was watching that game and I was like, all right, the Heat are gonna, ironically, no pun intended, cool off. Like they're gonna cool off. This
and
this
it
is
didn't
not how
happen.
they play.
It,
It did not happen.
didn't
They
happen,
kept
man.
feeding the right person. They kept
Yep.
moving. Like even it seemed like rebounds, they were getting rebounds that they probably shouldn't have got. I was like, holy crap, like who is this team? So
yeah. Now, granted, Chris Middleton had a great game, but I don't think Chris can't.
do you remember the last, I think it was the last time the Bucks won?
Yeah.
The same story happened.
What?
Giannis
yeah, Chris turned it on. Yep, that's right.
Giannis went down early. Chris Middleton was the one that carried the team pretty much, I think, to the finals. Giannis came back and won the championship. So
yeah, it's great. Now the Clippers, they played tonight, I believe, right? The Clips play tonight. That'll be very interesting. I don't really want to touch the Knicks and the Cavs right now because truthfully, I really don't care who wins that series.
I'm a Cavs fan still, but
wow.
Yeah.
Now if I could see if I could see one team come out of the West, it would definitely be the Clippers. That's who I want to come out of the West. Now, who do I think is going to come out of the West? I think the Warriors are still going to come out of the West.
So you're taking the Clippers over the Suns?
Yes. If Paul George isn't going to come back this series, he's out for the series. But Kawhi Leonard is the most precise basketball player I think I've ever watched in my entire life. Everything he does is so precise. How he gets to his spots, he's just, he's like a freaking robot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yes, literally a robot.
He's a robot.
Yeah,
and it works. His game is beautiful. His shot, his shot mechanics, everything about his game is beautiful. He's just he's a great basketball player. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Come on now. We all know this, but other than that, I want to see Russ get a ring.
Is that what this is about?
Yes, I love Russ, so I want to see Russ get a ring. So, but nobody really sees what Russ brings to the court. If you don't actually watch the games, you don't see what he comes, because you're gonna see, he shoots 3 for 18, 3 for 19, but his defense, man.
But that's only in certain scenarios, though. I feel like, because like as soon as Russ leaves what seems to be the perfect situation, he always goes and he does Russ things.
Yep.
And then somebody tries to bring him in, and it's like not Russ anymore. I don't know how that happens, but
listen, I love Russ. I think he's a Hall of Famer. We all know this. That could also be argued as well.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He hasn't stayed with one team enough, I think,
all-time leader triple doubles.
Is there any other stat that he's got?
He's got an MVP. He averaged a triple double for 2 seasons?
Probably like 3, almost, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, did 9.5 rebounds, 10. If you count that, 0.5. It'll make a big difference. He's a great bat. He was a great. I think his game has to evolve over time. He's never been a great shooter. We know this. A lot of people call him a stat patter, which in OKC, I don't really think he was a stat patter. That's just my opinion.
I think he was just going off every night.
Dude, I think Russ.
Getting it in everywhere.
He just plays with so much heart, and that's what I love about Russ. He just plays with so much heart. But if I could see one player get a ring this season, it would definitely be Russ. And I don't agree with everything Steph Curry says out in the public. So I don't.
Whoa, we need to talk about this.
I don't agree with everything Steph says.
We need to talk about this
out in the public.
Can you explain that? I'm shocked at this.
I don't agree with all of his political views.
Okay.
So I don't want to touch too much on that.
Okay. Yeah.
But, I like Steph as a player. I'm not big on him and what he says he's about, but then he can show another thing at some points in time. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but no, if I could see one player get a ring, it would definitely be Russ. And
PG by proxy.
Yeah, no. Now I think Russ changed when he wore a dress. After Russ put on that dress, he changed a little bit, man.
That's when he started turning up, huh?
Yeah, man. He changed a little bit.
Hey, one player that I'm surprised at, this is taking like a little bit of a left, but you'll get it, is James Harden. Yeah. I'm surprised because I've seen him play defense.
Yeah, I know, it's like weird.
a lot of defense.
It's really weird, man, because James Harden was never known as a defensive player.
No, he's playing. I mean, I don't think this was going to last long, but he's playing a lot of defense.
No, but his game, I mean, even if we talked about whose game we just talked about evolving over time.
Russ.
Yeah. James Harden's game has evolved over time.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, I mean, to stay in the league, I was listening to Richard Jefferson, and he's like, when he got to San Antonio, he was, when he was in Milwaukee and I believe New Jersey, he was a 20-point per game scorer, and he was getting the ball. You know what I mean? He was attacking the rim, and when he gets to San Antonio, he plays for Pop. He's sitting in the corner, and he's getting the ball with 3, 2, 1 shot clock winding down, and he's got to shoot the ball. So he became more of a 3-and-D guy, and I don't think he was very happy with that at the moment. But you have to figure out ways when you're in the NBA, because there's always new guys coming in. You have to figure out a way to make yourself, how do I want it, useful.
Yeah, versatile. You gotta fit in.
Yes. Yeah, you always have to fit into a system. No, but going back to James Harden, yes. It's weird to see James play D, because normally
defense.
Yeah, I know. Normally he's just a gambler, you know? I mean, he's but it is really interesting to see James Harden play defense. Yeah. That I believe that Sixers Nets series, it's over. There's no question. I mean, and the front runner for MVP, I mean, I think Giannis should win MVP just because, but I think Joel end up snagging it this year.
Think so.
Speaking of, Jaren Jackson won Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay, that came out yesterday?
Yeah.
Or was it today?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay.
Jaren Jackson, he won Defensive Player of the Year, which is interesting. But I think he was front runner for the second half of the season.
Probably so.
Yeah, I mean, he's just no, but I think the front runner. I don't think they'll give it to Jokic 3 years in a row. I'm
sure a lot of people are mad about that.
No, I mean, he's a great basketball player.
Yeah.
I mean, were they the number 1 seed in the West? Number 1 seed in the West. Yeah, they were. Were they number? Yeah, they're the number 1 seed in the West.
Okay.
I believe so. Let me fact check that. I'm gonna fact check.
Nuggets, yeah. Nuggets and Grizzlies.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say that, they're the number 1 seed in the West.
Yeah.
And then you have the Bucks and the Bucks and the Sixers. So I mean, you have 3 of the top teams in the league which have front runners for MVP. But I think the 2 head finalists will be Joel and Giannis, and I think Giannis should win it. Yeah. Just statistics. I mean, if you look at the statistics, overall, I think Giannis had the best season. Win shares. I mean, there's just so much that goes into MVP voting nowadays. And Kendrick Perkins, I mean, he says some wild things. I mean, he said if it's racist if Jokic wins it this year. I mean, he really tried to pull a race card. Like, bro,
he's so matter of fact with everything he says too.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. Man, Kendrick can be different sometimes. No, but the Knicks and Cavs. I know you just said you're a Cavs fan. Yeah. So have you been watching any Cleveland basketball? What do you think about what do you think about Donovan Mitchell this season?
I was shocked that they even, I mean, like, I'll be honest, and this might be a little bit of a hot take, depends on where you're from. Yeah. But I feel like picking up Donovan Mitchell for the Cavs was a Pacers move.
Yeah.
It was a mid-market team. Probably could have did something special by either getting more draft picks at the time or getting more role players, continue to build the momentum. It was like, we'd rather just go ahead and get a superstar and look good.
And go after it.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I mean, that is true.
And that's what the Pacers do all the time.
It's worked out very well for them as well. I mean,
yeah. They've done good draft in the past probably 3 years or so.
Yep. I mean, I like them. They're a solid team. You have a young front court, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Mm-hmm. Yep. You have DG, Darius Garland, who's a very well
Gary native.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
He's a Gary. Okay, so there we go. There we go. So if anybody doesn't know, Leo's actually from Gary, Indiana, and he was a tennis player. Yep. And where'd you go to college?
Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, so he's got a very interesting story.
Very interesting story.
He should have his own podcast on that. Yeah, but no. Yeah. No, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I feel like that team is. I mean, you have a point guard in Darius Garland, and then their three. Who's their three? Is it a core?
No, not technically.
I don't know who their three. I don't know who the starting three is.
I won't be able to pick it up right now.
Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, I don't know either. No,
but no, I haven't been watching much. I mean, Akora would technically be it, but like I haven't been watching much Cavs basketball because this is the best year they've done in probably like 5 years. But it's
I mean that is true. Ever since LeBron left.
Hey. But yeah, it's been pretty sad to watch like how the team has done. Darius Garland has been good. I don't know. I don't want to watch Donovan Mitchell. I think that's what it is, bro.
Really?
I like him on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch him play for the Cavs.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know, man. But we were talking about Jaren Jackson winning MVP or Defensive Player of the Year earlier. The Lakers and the Grizzlies, what is going to happen in this series? I think the Lakers are going to end up taking the Grizzlies. If Ja's out with that hand injury.
Did you see that?
It's over.
See that mug in slow-mo?
It's over. Yes, it's over for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are doomed. Yeah. They are doomed right now, man.
Such a great year. And one little misstep.
One little misstep for the Grizzlies this year? One little misstep.
Shots fired at Ja.
Literally. Literally. Dude, Mikey Williams, dude, what is going on with basketball right now, bro? This young boy influence is crazy. I mean, Mikey Williams, Brandon Knight, I mean, they all think, I don't know, man. Don't get me started. It's crazy. It's crazy to see, man.
We all can't be rappers. I don't know. It's the lifestyle, right?
We all can't be rappers. Leonardo Matthews quoted. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Okay, that's a great quote. That's the quote of the day. We all can't be rappers, man. We all can't be rappers, man. No, but I mean, getting back, we're off topic. Hold
on. 1 second on this. One second on this. So Gilbert Arenas.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, a bunch of other people are talking about it, but it's kind of like, do you think it's a big deal what he did or no? Because
Mikey?
Ja.
Oh, Ja?
Yeah. Like, is that something that he should have been like punished for or talked about so badly for what he did?
I think there's two ends of it. Number one, it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in a strip club? What are you doing in a strip club? Yeah, you're an NBA player, but you're not. I don't know. I can't say. I mean, I'm not hard. I don't act like I'm hard. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. But I mean, what are you doing, bro? You're an NBA player. You made it out, and he was never in any. They act like he came from absolutely nothing. The dude had a full court basketball court in the backyard of his house.
Yeah.
They act like the dude came from absolutely nothing. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man.
So my thing is it probably wasn't that big of a deal, but because it's like the NBA, it's image. So he got in trouble because of the image that he made somebody else look bad, rather than like, hey, you actually did something that was, well, granted, I think it was illegal. Technically, it was illegal because he was in a state where you couldn't
carry.
But like,
I mean, what are you doing with a gun in a strip club when you're an NBA player?
Exactly.
Even if it's not yours, why are you rolling with those dudes? Why?
Right.
Look good. It's stupid. It's not going to do you any good. By the time it's over, you're going to be the one. I mean, we're not going to have a Ray Lewis deal. Who's going? I mean, your boy's not going to take the cut for you. You know, because dudes don't do that nowadays very often.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But
all right, back on topic.
Sorry, we're off topic. No, you're cool. You're cool. No, but the Lakers. I think the Lakers will end up taking it. I think the Lakers in 5. I have Warriors in 7. Warriors in 6, 7. Philly in 4. Depending if Giannis comes back, Bucks in 6, 7. If he doesn't, Heat in 6, 5, 6. 6, 5. I mean, yeah.
You're saying Bucks in 7?
Bucks in 7 if Giannis comes back.
Okay.
Because I still think the Heat will give him one good game, two, 3 more good games. And then the New
I'm going to
York.
call the upset and say that Miami's going to win that series.
I'd love to see an 8 seed beat a 1 seed.
I'm going to stick to it and say Miami's going to win that series. Like, poor Chris Middleton. He's going to be in his bag.
Yeah. But... It wouldn't be the We Believe Warriors. It'd be the We Believe Heat. Remember that? They beat the Mavs?
Yeah.
Aaron Davis, Matt Barnes. Man, that team, I bet that locker room was crazy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Matt Barnes in a locker room alone. I think he's a good guy now. Paul George, I mean, have you seen his podcast P?
Mm-mm.
I've been thinking of renaming my Podcast K, just because. Podcast K. We don't do enough podcasts on here to name it Podcast K, but that's okay, man.
Podcast K.
Yeah. No, but Knicks, Jalen Brunson is so nice, bro. Everybody criticized them over the offseason for taking him, but Jalen Brunson is so nice.
Yeah.
He's smooth. He's an undersized guard, but he's just so smooth. So smooth. Emmanuel Quickly.
You like the Knicks?
Listen, I haven't watched
in this much. not in this series, not just in this series. I'm asking
overall. I mean, I haven't watched very much New York basketball.
Okay.
I'm not a big Knicks fan, but I think the Knicks in 6.
Yeah,
Knicks
probably
in 6. So. Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I think the Cavs have the talent, but I think that you're right on that.
Yeah, man. But those are like the main series, and then if you go off like Dallas, what do you think happened with Dallas this year, man? Is it the Kyrie effect? Is it the Luka effect?
Has to be.
Is
and that's
Luka
what I'm talking
leave?
about. Nah. I think that's his spot. I hope that's his spot at least.
Dude, I like to see him team up with the Jokic.
Really? That would be good, actually.
Dude, if he teamed up with like a Jokic or a Embiid, which you're not going to get 2 max contracts. I mean, the Warriors have done it before, but I don't know if the Lakers are doing it. So if you could get like 2 max contract players, Jokic,
get him with Dame or something like that. Send him to Portland.
You think really?
Probably wouldn't be. Yeah, probably wouldn't go in the West. Like teams like that normally don't send somebody in the West.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, man.
Yeah.
But that because same conference. Are they the same division? No, they're not the same division.
No. Yeah. They normally don't do that stuff. I think that's why Paul George keeps going to both coasts.
Yeah, I mean he goes from coast to coast. No, I mean, dude, when Paul George gets back and the Clippers get it going, they're deep. They look good. The Suns just aren't deep enough for me. Okay. I don't think the Suns are deep enough.
I'm curious on what KD would do. I feel like now KD has a lot to prove. Like
I agree, but
like this is his last. I mean, Russ too, but I think Russ is kind of like with Kyrie now on like a. All right, you've done enough.
You guys are crazy.
You
guys are insane. I don't want to see any more of you two.
Yeah.
No, but I think the Clippers are just so deep, man. Okay. Norman Powell had a great game off the bench the other night, and I'm excited to see the games tonight. This podcast is going to be up tonight. Hopefully before all the games start, I'm going to get it going. So hopefully, man, yeah, but I'm excited to see the games tonight. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about tonight's games, if they have been played yet, or let us know your guys' opinions on the NBA playoffs. Or the John Morant situation, the Mikey Williams situation. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Because basketball is so interesting right now. There's so many topics to cover. We could talk about this for 4 hours.
This might be the first year where like there's so many teams who possibly could win. Yeah. So like normally we'd hop on there a year ago, 2 years ago. It's like
Cavs and Warriors.
Yeah,
Cavs and Warriors. You already knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Super teams. You already knew who was going to the playoffs.
But this year, it seems like a lot is in the air.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot up for debate. And I mean, dark horse Miami.
Yeah,
dark horse.
I'm picking them to beat Milwaukee. I just said I at the beginning of the year I would have picked Giannis to win it all. But I'm gonna go ahead and risk it all and say Miami's gonna take this series, end up in the finals, and if LeBron is not in the finals, I'll go ahead. Never mind. There's like
I don't think they're beating. No, Miami's not going to beat anybody in the West.
Yeah,
and I don't think if the Clippers get to the chip, I don't think. I mean, I don't know, bro. Kawhi is so nice. Kawhi is so freaking nice. I love Kawhi's game. Kawhi. I mean, I could talk about Kawhi all day. Kawhi has a. I mean, he's literally a robot, bro. I mean, like in all seriousness, he plays but his game is just so beautiful.
You should send him a letter,
dude. I'm gonna write Kawhi a letter. You know what?
You should send him
Leo,
a letter.
Yeah, well, me and Leo are gonna work on that after the podcast. if Leo doesn't already have enough to do. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my, yeah, but no, I like the Clippers, but if I gotta see two teams actually going to the finals, in all seriousness, the Warriors and the Celtics. I think
Celtics.
we'll have a
Okay.
repeat of next year. Now, I think Jaylen Brown, if Jaylen Brown does not, number one, win a championship this year. Wait, number one, make all
Mm,
NBA this year, and number two, win a championship this year. He's
mm.
leaving next year, and I could see
Think
him going.
so.
I could see him going to Houston next year. Houston getting Jaylen Brown, and I don't think Victor Wembanyama. I don't think it's the right fit for Victor Wembanyama. I don't think Houston. Now going over, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap the podcast up with this: draft picks. Who do you think is going to end up with the number one draft pick, and where do you think the best fit for Victor Wembanyama is? Or do you think
Mm,
Scoot Henderson?
mm, mm.
Do you think it's a
Ooh.
Detroit? Do you think it's a Houston? Do you think it's an Orlando?
So
Where would
I'm
you like
looking
to
at
see?
Orlando. I almost bought season tickets to Orlando
Really?
just because
Houston.
I think they're gonna make the move.
Really?
I think so.
You almost bought season tickets.
Season tickets, full season.
Wow. Just to see
Just
Vic.
because, yeah, just because I think that they're either gonna pick it and
Who are
then
they going to
trade it.
draft up?
Yeah, they're gonna draft up.
Now,
Yeah.
who are they
So
going to draft up? Are they going to trade Paulo? Are they going to trade Paulo, a potential rookie of the year candidate? Him and the dude from OKC.
it may be worth it.
You think
Paulo's been
so?
doing good. I think Paulo's like when he came in the league, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be soft. We're never
Yeah,
gonna hear about his
he's
name,
solid.
but
He's a
yeah,
solid.
he's actually doing pretty good, like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Who you got?
I don't think he'd fit well in Houston. I just don't. Houston's
Yeah,
a freaking ball on fire right now. It's
yeah.
insane. I don't think he'd fit bad in Detroit. I mean, you have young guard play there. You have Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, who was hurt this year. They surrounded him with solid shooters. You have Bodan Bogdanovic, who threw. Don't get me started on him. I mean, I loved him in Indy. I would never trust him to take the ball out though. When it comes down to crunch time. Um, but no, man. I think he'd fit well in like a Detroit. Um, I'd like to, and then Scoot Henderson. I think he'd fit well in a Houston, and then I don't know. I think Brandon Miller could end up being a. Oh, who was that guy that came in the league and now he's out of the league? Josh Jackson. I think Brandon Miller will end up being. I think I keep calling him Brandon Knight. I don't know why. But Brandon Miller,
Play for Detroit.
yeah, Brandon Knight did play for Detroit and
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
yeah, a while
But
ago.
Brandon Miller, I think he would be a good fit in. I think he could fit in almost any scheme nowadays.
Okay, I think they're predicting him to go to like the Spurs,
Number
like
three. Now Vic, I don't know how Vic would fit in with Pop. I don't know,
I
man.
think that's why I think he's got to go to Orlando.
Yeah,
But I think Detroit's got number one right. So Detroit could. It would
dude,
be smart for
that'd
them to
be
keep it,
crazy.
right?
Him, Ivy, Cade,
Yeah,
dude, they would be a force to be reckoned with in the
that'd
East
be
in two
smart.
years.
Yeah, that'd be smart for them to keep him.
In 2 years, man. No, but the NBA is definitely interesting. The basketball world at this point, Mikey Williams. I mean, more news just keeps pouring out about him. As Leo said, we can't all be rappers.
I'll be rappers, man.
We can't all be rappers, man. Some of us got to take
We
on
can, hey,
podcasting. Some
we
of us got to
can't
take on basketball. Some of us
can't.
want to
I was
be
gonna say,
engineers.
yeah, can't all be NBA players either. So,
No, it's not true. You got to
yeah,
find different ways, different niches.
yeah.
You got to find your
Niche,
niche, man. You got to find it.
niche.
Niche, right? Am I saying that
Hey,
right?
there's a ton of ways to make money, and there's a ton of ways to get yourself in trouble.
Watch Peace Podcast.
Peace podcast.
That's the best. That's the best place to get that information. Here we do a lot of sports, man, but peace, self-improvement, man. Anything you need over there, they got you. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. Shout out my man Leo. You guys can go follow him. All social medias. Leo, you want to shout your social medias out, man?
Yeah, sure. Easiest thing to do is to follow me on Leonard's Lens. If you Google it, then you'll most likely be able to find it at this point. I do not credit that to me being special. I just happen to be decent in SEO. So Leonard's
Yeah.
Lens, Leonard, Leonard's Lens.
Yeah, this is my guy, man. He actually gave us the idea to do the podcast. So nobody really knows that. Nobody really knows how much Leo's actually like. I talk to him all the time. But yeah, anytime I need to talk to somebody, I talk to. It's like 3 people I talk to, man. And Leo's one of my guys. But make sure to go check Peace Podcast out, man.
Yeah.
I listen to it on Spotify. Give it a listen, man.
Put those predictions in the comments too.
Yes, man. Predict. What do you guys think is gonna happen? Let us know, man. Let us know. Let us know your predictions. Down low in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go follow us on all social medias: YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Go follow Peace Podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.